So previously on the Bromar Show, I had a topic about how can men and women be friends? And there was an article about how, well, not necessarily the case. In fact, it looks like men kind of have a little bit more desires about their feelings than gals do. And I actually had somebody call in to the Bromar Show via Anchor. This person called in to give in their input about this topic and then asked another question, and that is, can men and women be friends after they're physical? And we should have probably gone over that with that topic. I'll go ahead and actually share the clip of how it went down here.
To answer your question, I would say that yes, they can, but it depends on the individual.
Okay.
The individual is going to be what kind of man or what kind of person they are. So obviously, if they go into a relationship with physical, hang-ups, whatever those physical attraction hang-ups are, or whatever if they want a physical relationship with somebody or they want something, even if they're in a situation where they're not attracted to each other, if there's an emotional connection at some point, if they're put into that situation via alcohol or whatever, there could be something. So the question, I guess, is necessarily, is it okay for friends to have a physical relationship and still be friends?
So to answer your question, actually, it is possible for men and women to still be friends even after they end up being intimate or had sex with each other. The thing to keep in mind, in which you stated earlier, is that it depends on the individual. Highly dependent on the individual, on how they deal with the situation, because some individuals are a little more emotional than others. Let's just assume maybe this guy is emotional and he finds out that the girl that he hooked up with or had sex with, his gal friend that he had sex with, now is hooking up with somebody else. And maybe this gal is not giving him the same attention he was getting and doesn't want to hook up with him anymore. And he might be hurt about that. And there's two ways to deal with this. There's like a healthy way and an unhealthy way. The healthy way is to kind of ignore it, find somebody else, maybe not talk to her too. It may sound kind of fuckboyish, but it's either that or you're going to have him blow up your phone, calling you all sorts of names and threatening you because you don't want to hook up with him no more. That's the other alternative. So, and this is why sometimes fuckboys win, because they keep their emotions in check when it comes to, well, their gal friends that they hooked up with are now hooking up with other guys. And even to explain the yes question, you know how there's those gals that say, oh yeah, he's just a friend, don't worry about him? Likely chance that she's lying about that. Likely chance. But then also you got to observe the guy too. Is the guy is he weird, awkward, whatever, clingy? If he happens to be that, you probably don't have to worry about your girl cheating on you. But let's just say maybe this guy is a little more handsome, a little more athletic, a little more maybe just well put together, or the way he carries himself, he's like a little bit more I don't know how to explain it, but you just can tell this guy just radiates BDE. Maybe there could be a possible threat about that. And again, there's a healthy way to handle that, and that is that you let her know, hey, I don't think this is okay. I don't know about that guy. And then if she says, don't worry about it, he's just a friend, you put that to the test. You go ahead and put that to the test. And if she folds, then you got your answer. So I would say, again, yes, it is possible. It's just a couple things to keep in mind if this happens to be the case. And now thinking about it, it does happen to have quite a lot of caveats here when that happens. Because now I'm explaining hey, someone could get emotional and yada, yada, yada. One's going to get jealous. The other one isn't getting any attention or action or etc. And now I can see why it could be a mess. So that's why if this happens to be the case, you do have to be emotionally strong, and you have to have a strong mindset to handle this, because all these type of issues, all these type of problems could arise. Not saying it's impossible, just things to keep in mind if this is what you are looking for. Which now makes me even understand more why there's not really a lot of guys that are doing this, successfully doing this. And it's funny because I know some guys, they want the player lifestyle. But to be honest, just kind of looking at it, like it's some work. It's a lot of tough work. But it's even harder work if you're handling a relationship, you know? So yeah, that's honestly all I have to kind of finish and answer in regards to that. I know it's a pretty long and lengthy answer, and I could get even more into detail about this, but I think that's pretty much it.